Hey guys, today we will bring you a hilarious movie. It's fun with Dick and Jane, in which Jane and Dick are husband and wife. Dick, the main character, has just been promoted to be the vice director, but the next day, his company claims it is bankrupt. The company looks just like a mess. People are destroying the financial documents. No money, and now his home is having a blackout. Dick has to take his family to the lawn sprinkler for a shower. Dick and his wife have a plan that they will decide to rob money. This is when all starts. Dick's neighbor has just bought a luxury car. You can command it via the controller.
It's on.
Dick says, "That's it? Look at mine."
Sit. Stay. Play dead. Good boy.
Dick is just a paltry employee at public relation agency. One day, in the elevator, a colleague of Dick doesn't find him at his place. Instead, he sees him go straight to the boss' place on level number 51. He goes crazy. Today, the boss will promote Dick to vice director. After everyone leaves the elevator, Dick bursts with joy. He sings and dances in the elevator.
I believe I can touch the sky. Every night and every cloudy day, spread my wings and fly away.
When he reaches level number 51, these bosses here look unhurried. They are playing golf in their workplace. Dick and the financial director Frank shake hands. Frank says, "The boss has just left. He wants you to be the vice president and takes responsibility for foreign affairs. Your salary will be $1.5 million. Dick can't hide his broad smile when he hears this. After becoming the vice director, no matter what he does, he feels like he's a demigod. At home, he asks his wife, Jane, to quit her job. No more waiting. The next day, Dick goes to the villa for the attendance check. The boss planned for an interview on TV with him. He wants him to announce the quarterly plan to the shareholders. Usually, the boss is in charge of this. Happiness comes all of a sudden that doesn't let anybody think about anything else. Dick draws on his unprepared script. He explains everything passionately, but he doesn't expect that the company's share is dramatically declining. The next day, when Dick goes to his company, he sees his mates collecting their stuff and shredding all of the documents. He grows confused. He has no idea what is happening. At that time, he sees a colleague carrying his tree away. After a tussle, Dick gets his tree back. What is happening right now? Frank sits on the ground, drinking alcohol and says, "Buddy, we are flooded with debt. You can hit me." Frank, the financial director, now becomes a crazy man. He can't believe what is happening right now. The boss, meanwhile, ignores and denies his responsibility. He ran away on his helicopter. Things come at Dick all at once. It hasn't been 24 hours since he became the vice director. That the next day, his company announces it's bankrupt. Jane is now the wife of Globodine's vice president. She finds a worker to renovate their swimming pool. She even orders a premium lamb steak. His wife quit her job. Dick smiles with his tears and says, "I can't work at Globodine." Jane is so shocked that she can't believe this. It's broke. Finally, Jane has to accept the truth, yet she remains shocked with the breaking news. Dick officially becomes jobless. Now he has nothing to do. He plays with the light bulb for hours. 3 months fly away with job-seeking phone calls. At last, a company asks him for an interview. Because of the precious chance, he risks his life to compete with other candidates, blocks the entrance, throws water bottles. He even uses the fire extinguisher to attack his former colleagues who compete with him. It has been a war until he reaches the door that he finds out there are many candidates there. The boss recognizes Dick at first sight, so he invites him to his office. This makes his ex-colleagues go nuts. They think the boss offers him a position, but they don't expect that this man has another idea. He simply just wants to make fun of this old vice president. The leaders in the company want to take a photo with him. No income. A good life now appears in their dreams. There is no grass field in their yard either. Their son has no toys, so he plays with the mud in the yard. Dick uses his saving balance of $600,000. He wants to buy the company's shares, but the company suddenly shuts down. They lost their money. Their house is nothing better. It might be taken away. The couple have to find new jobs. Dick gets a job as a salesman in a supermarket. He has to introduce the products to the customers. One day, he comes to a woman and introduces her to the new product. Unluckily, the woman fears he has wrong thought with her, so she throws salt at him. This job can bring you a lot of risk, which sometimes can threaten your safety. Within less than an hour, Dick gets fired. Jane finds a job as a dance fitness coach, but she accidentally kicks a customer's face, so she gets fired too. They can pay the Spanish nanny. Lucky them, the nanny doesn't need the money and agrees to take care of their son. A luxury car is a thing they can't afford right now, so a cheaper one is much better. A buffet meal costs as much as 3 ordinary meals. They even have typhus on their body. The family has to take a shower using the neighbor's grass sprinklers. The TV has to be sold, but the son doesn't want to sell it, so he fights hard to keep it. The nanny tries to pull him back. A few months later, Dick's home has nothing but the walls. They don't have anything left to sell. The nanny tells them that her Spanish brothers are workers. She suggests Dick give it a shot. It's clear to see Dick is quite upset and disappointed. Now he's just a poor worker. He doesn't even know if he can handle his family's expenses. The construction team needs a painter. Dick struggles when he climbs up the van. Consequently, someone punches him off the van, dislocating his jaw. Gambling all day without receiving money. He even gets arrested by the police as they suspect him of being an illegal. Because Jane needs money, she participates in a new cosmetic experiment. Her face turns swollen like a dumpling. Then she receives Dick's call from the police station. She quickly rides to his place. Dick, leading a crew, escaped from the station. Such a small car that has to carry more than 10 men. This can be considered as the most solemn day in their life. The car is completely depleted. The couple looks so bad after a few months. From rich people, they become homeless. Life is like candies with different flavors. They don't know which one they will eat tomorrow. Dick can't bear seeing his wife being so miserable. He steals the neighbor's grass, just a little from each house to make his wife a yard. He stuffs his car full of grass and rides it home. Jane wakes up when she thinks that there's a homeless man sleeping next to her. When she sees the flower garden that Dick made for her, she takes back her courage to move on. But their swollen chins won't allow them to kiss. Soon after that, the bank pursues them to pay the debt. If they can pay as due, they will lose their house. Once it comes to a dead end, they will risk anything. Dick is pushed so hard that he wants to rob. He takes his son's water gun to steal things. Their first target is the supermarket. Dick looks at the staff. He walks in making a plan. Dude, what are you looking at? Never seen a newbie robber before. When he asks for the money, the gun gets stuck in his pocket. He can take it out, however hard he tries. When he finally shows off a peek of the gun, it's time the staff changes his shift. The replacement is a big guy. Dick is so scared that he runs to his car and drives away. When Jane listens to him telling the story, she laughs out loud. Jane drives to other places with a rule that never give up, never surrender. Dick goes to an ATM to rob, but he doesn't expect the customer is his ex-colleague. This is so embarrassing. So the couple dive to a different supermarket. It turns out Dick becomes a kind man that helps old people. They earn a bit from that. Then he goes and robs at the lighting store. With the help of the light that makes him look more like a robber. But the staff still laugh at him. His wife watches him from the car. She can't hold it any longer. Stepping out of the car to observe the situation. Men are nothing when women get mad. It's their first successful case. Their getaways are crazy. The poor car has to suffer mud and rain literally every day. Jane drives with fast and furious speed. She suddenly realizes she has such a good driving ability, so they both calm down. The next time, they go to a coffee shop. As soon as the wife walks in, she falls down when she jumps at the counter. The couple do everything quickly. It's relatively new for the first time, but not the second time. They even become professional when it's the third and fourth time. They even sneak into showroom and steal the car. They buy a new TV. Finally, the family can play so happily at the swimming pool. Now they are the professional robbers. Their technique is more sophisticated and faster. But the humorous sense of Dick seems like it never disappears. He looks happier as a robber than as the vice director of Globodyne. The rich man, after waking up from his sleep, runs out and screams for help. But it's too late. They cosplay again. This will be their last mission. The wife pretends to faint and Dick takes advantage of this. Then he steals the security man's card. He introduces himself as an officer from the anti-deceased department that comes here to check the hygiene in the money storage. It is this moment that there are two more robbers rush in. The police are here. Dick has his money and is lying on the ground. Surprisingly, that robber couple are his ex-colleagues. The news on the TV says that after their company suffered bankrupt, all of the rich people became poor. Even the vice director was arrested because he was involved in it. But the boss, on the contrary, enjoys his fancy life. He goes hunting every day. Dick wishes he had a bit, but he doesn't expect that. The next one that being sued is him, because he was the vice president. He was the one who announced the company's plan. Dick is in an absolute panic. He dances at an expensive restaurant. He tries to show off all of his humorous performances. Cursing this unfair world, his wife comes and advises him to go home. At that moment, the financial director arrives. Dick storms up like a mad dog. He tackles him into a bush and punches him. Frank received $10 million from the boss to cover these things. Everything was the boss' game. He used the shareholders to bring him revenue. Actually, Frank feels sorry about this. Plus, Dick won't go however hard he tries to shut him away. The three are discussing how to take back their money from the boss. It's a tough question, Frank says. The boss will send his money to a bank so that can avoid paying tax. Wait until the money is identified. The bank staff will use a unique form, and the boss will fill it out, which means they will need to steal that form and change the account into the one they prepared. Then $400 million will be in their possession without anyone knowing. But when Dick gets close to the bank, that he drops the form and it gets shredded by a lawnmower. Frank tried his best to get this form. The two men nearly fight each other. The boss has returned to the bank, so they have to make a move now. Once they miss this chance, they will never have a chance at $400 million. Now, Dick has to figure out how to bring the bank staff away to print a special form. Jane has to lengthen the time with the boss. If she can't do that, she has to distract him by other means. Dick pretends he's from the court and calls the bank. He attracts them away from their desks, though the process is quite a mess. He finishes filling their account information on their computer. When they look at the bank staff is about to send the form for the seal, Jane immediately thinks of how to hold the boss. Everything goes as expected. Dick quickly takes the form in the scanning machine. When he turns around, he sees the manager comes to check the form. The couple looks like they are having a normal conversation, but they actually are exchanging the form. The boss notices the form has some problems, so he doesn't sign. He tells Dick, if you guys leave here, I won't put you in jail. Dick gets mad, so he takes out his son's water gun. He forces the boss to sign him a check of $100, but the boss makes fun of Dick. He tells that Dick only worth $100, but he doesn't get mad because he needs the check. At the end of the movie, Dick and his wife invite the press to come to the boss' villa. He even prepares a script for the boss. What kind of situation is this? The boss has transferred $400 million as the allowance of his former colleagues. All the jobless people take back the money that they should have had. The movie Fun with Dick and Jane is about Dick gets fooled by his company, but the couple chooses to stay with each other and try to face it. They successfully tail back $400 million from his boss.